So according to Grant Cardone, 45% of businesses don't call leads one time whatsoever. Terrible, literally murdering businesses. So if you want to be a smart player, you need to, automations that are high tech can also be high touch. Here's what I mean by that. So when a lead comes in for any one of our clients or our own business, they're immediately followed up within the first 3 minutes with an email that goes out 24/7. It's a text message. And then what I do in our team is we have something that we call forced voicemails. Here's how one of my clients saved $170,000 on staff costs by using intelligent automation. So the secret is, welcome to the Results-Based Marketing Podcast, the podcast for business owners looking to leverage wildly profitable and cutting-edge marketing, lead generation, and lead nurture campaigns in their business. I'm Simon Cryer, the founder of Automate Convert, where we've literally helped clients generate millions, hundreds of millions of dollars using the exact strategies that I'm going to share with you in this podcast. So if you want to automate, convert, and dominate your industry, you're in the right place at the right time. Let's get started. Thanks for being here. So here's how one of my clients saved $170,000 on staff costs by using intelligent automation. Hey, it's Simon here, and welcome to the Results-Based Marketing Podcast. Super excited to reveal some tips and tricks today and how you should, and every business should be using automations to tighten up their business, skyrocket their profits without the necessary associated staff costs of growing a business. I can't wait to jump into this. I think it's going to be super valuable. So buckle up. Let's get stuck into it. So I have a client right now. Actually, before I talk about the client, because that's a cool story, I want to talk to you about automations and why it's so important, especially if you're doing paid leads. If you're doing paid advertising, generating leads, lead nurture is about worth 50% of the entire conversation. And what I mean by that, did you know that 45% of businesses in America, according to Grant Cardone, don't call their leads at all? It's terrible. You spend all this money and leads they're not getting cheaper, by the way, guys. They're getting more and more expensive. Could you imagine having a team that are just not calling them at all, or businesses that just don't call them? And it happens today as well. There are a number of companies that I've submitted lead forms for on paid advertising that have never followed me up one time. And it's just terrible. They are literally setting money on fire, and it just ought not be the way. So how do we do that? Let's just automate the process so we keep it running like a well-oiled machine. Let's not get people dependent. Let's get system dependent and grow a freaking business super, super profitably at the highest efficiency level. How about that as an idea? So here's what I will say to you. If you are calling a lead, right, within I would say the stats. Let's talk about statistics, and I need to remember them right now off the top of my head. If you're calling a lead within half an hour, you are 20 more times more likely to close that lead than if you call them after 30 minutes, right? If you call them within an hour versus 24 hours, you are 60 times more likely to convert that lead into a paying client. So why would you risk that, your business, for like a 60 times multiple of having a chance to close them as a client into your business? It makes no sense at all. So let's put automations on there. And automations that are high tech can also be high touch. Here's what I mean by that. So when a lead comes in for any one of our clients or our own business, they're immediately followed up within the first 3 minutes with 3 different touch points. The first touch point is an email that goes out 24/7, regardless of when the lead comes in. The second touch point is a text message that goes out maybe 2 or 3 minutes after the email goes out. Why 2 or 3 minutes? Because it would take a human 2 or 3 minutes to type out a text message like that. And by the way, the text message isn't this boring, obviously automated text message that says, "Thank you for your inquiry. Our next available representative will be with you within 24 business hours." That's garbage, guys. No, make it high touch. So a text message that you would get from a human would be light. It would be conversational, right? It's like, "Hey, John, I just saw your inquiry come through about the air conditioning units on Facebook. Thanks so much. Looking forward to having a chat with you. I've sent you an email and a brochure of all of our units that are possible. Let me know a time that suits you to catch up for a conversation, have a chat about what your needs are, and see if we've got a good solution for you. Cheers, Malcolm." Right? Light, conversational, chatty, right? I'd let them know what you've done. Hey, if you're a business owner making between 1 and 5 million a year and you want more consistent qualified leads to grow your business, then why don't we have a complimentary chat? I'm looking to personally invest $26,000 into 7 individual businesses right now who are serious about scaling. Book in a call with me and my team using the link in the show notes below to see if you qualify. Now back to the episode. And then what I do in our team is we have something that we call forced voicemails. And forced voicemails are super cool. It's you recording yourself saying, hey, it's Simon here. Sorry I've missed you. I'm just giving you a call back about the inquiry that you made on Facebook about XYZ. Love to have a chat with you to see what your goals are and see if you might even need us. I don't know at this point, but let's have a talk about what your goals are. And even if you need our service, I'll give you some case studies. I've sent you an email. I've also texted you a link where you can get onto my calendar. Let's get on a discovery call together and I'll showcase how our platform works and some case studies of businesses that are just like yours. Looking forward to meeting you. Bye for now. Right? So that is a recording. And so our technology, what it does, it makes a dial and it engages the line. And then a microsecond later, it makes another dial, goes straight to voicemail. So this is what happens in the first 3 minutes. They've got an email, they've got an SMS, and they've got a voicemail, right? So what I need to say is that the text message that goes out Monday to Friday business hours, because it's a bit creepy getting a text message at 11 o'clock at night on the weekend. That's kind of creeperish. Same with a voicemail. That's just going out on business hours. Why? Because that's what humans would do if they weren't weird. So yeah, let's not be weird. Let's just keep it business, but let's keep it human, right? So that's what happens normally. If they're calling in business hours, within 3 minutes, they're getting 3 touch points. So we're building trust on autopilot. And then they're in our nurturing series. And we are literally going to follow up by text message and email until they buy or until they die. Kind of kidding, kind of not. It's not obnoxious, but it's relentless follow-ups. So we see that often there are clients that, or potential clients that come into our system for ourselves or our clients, and there are 12 messages that have gone out. Emails, text messages, voicemails, all of that sort of stuff. The 12th time they go, thanks so much, I lost my phone, or I moved house, or my goldfish died. So people just aren't as available. There's lots going on in their life, and you can't just assume because you made a phone call to them that they're not interested. That's just not true. And I know your psychology wants to tell you it's true because we don't like being ghosted on text message or on phone. That's why we trust that whole thing to the process of automation. It's really, really intelligent, and it means that you are squeezing out every last bit of return on investment that you're making into these platforms like Google, Facebook, YouTube, Insta, etc. So yeah, hope that helps you with the art and science of what it is to do automations, how you should do them as well, attaching brochures and just following up relentlessly. Some of our campaigns literally have 28 different outbound messages. And then after they don't respond there, if they don't respond there, we just put them into let's catch up later. So we might have an end of financial year sale, right? Or something might have happened in their life, right? At the end of financial year sale, or it might be a fire sale, or it might be a stock take sale, or it might just be a special offer that we're once a year. You come up with an idea of why it's a good, it might be a Mother's Day sale, it might be a seasonal sale, it might be our spring sale, whatever, a clearance sale, whatever, but come up with a reason why you can come back to them maybe in 3 months' time, in 6 months' time. That's called a database reactivation campaign, and I've done an entire podcast about that too, so go find that. I think you'll get some really awesome value on that. Back to my story about the client who we quadrupled his business, saved $170,000 by not having to employ 2 other staff members to help him in his business, but as it scaled. So the secret is having things automated, using the leverage power of automations, which are high tech, but also using high touch, making it seem as human an interaction as possible, and scaling a business by doing that. So when you are scaling a business, you don't necessarily have to face the crippling costs of hiring new additional staff members. That's the way to grow our profits, because it's not about how much money we make, it's about how much money we keep. The tools that we recommend, obviously our Automate Convert platform is the tool that we write all the automations on, and we do all the things there, and all the magic happens with the power of automation. If you've got any questions about how automations work and what are the best ones, or what platforms I'd recommend, or techniques I do or anything about it, please leave a comment on here and I will absolutely reply to you. And it will be me, not my team, not even an automation, but it'll be me in person replying to your comments. Thanks so much. I hope you found this really valuable. Happy marketing. We'll see you next time. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in to Results-Based Marketing. If today's episode gave you valuable insights into maximizing your marketing efforts, we'd love your support. Please give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And don't forget to subscribe on your favorite platform. Let's keep the conversation going. Connect with me on socials at Simon Cryer. All the links for me are in the show notes below. And happy marketing. Thank you so much for your attention.